Hey, everybody, this is Mark Sims again. This is Just a Few Questions. I have an old friend, Michelle Joyner, on the line, and she's taking herself off a speaker to say something, Michelle.
Hi, everybody. Mark and I are friends, never old, but still friends.
Yeah, I don't think I interviewed you on my public access show, 15 years ago? Something ridiculous, right?
Yeah, that was what a while. It's been a
I don't even
while,
know where
but
that video is. It's probably been destroyed in the archive somewhere. But I've known you for many, many years, and we're all getting older as time passes, keeps going along. Let me ask you something, Michelle. Knowing
yeah.
what you know now, what type of advice would you give to your 25-year-old self?
Wow. So much, so much. Plan. I would have told myself to plan. Knowing what I know now, I would have had the language to know where I wanted to end up and understanding the bridge steps that I needed to take in order to get there. So I would have told myself about bridge steps and stepping stones in order to get to where I wanted to go. I've always had big goals and hopes and dreams, but I didn't always have the big plan to make them happen. So a lot of them didn't. So those are probably two big things. I told myself about bridges and stepping stones from where I was at 25 to get to where I wanted to be.
Because hopefully there's a 25-year-old, a 15-year-old watching and listening to the podcast. And we all think we're so smart when we're young. We all think we're so brilliant, and we are. But I think all of us need mentors of some
Hmm.
sort, or a series of mentor, a series of mentors, because you think you know it all, and you really don't. And even at my age, and at 50 something years old, I'm going to look back at this 25, 50, 30 years from now and say, wow, I was really dumb in my late 50s. You know what I'm saying? We're all learning and growing. So, what advice to you can you give a younger person, knowing what you know now? I mean, finish school, don't go to school, stick with a career, do different things, don't focus on the money, focus on the money. What do you tell a young person?
What I would tell a young person is to seek to have a life of good character, to be righteous, intelligent, skilled, race loyal, especially if I was talking to black young people, the importance of existing in excellence with race loyalty. We can talk more about what that means and how that actually will manifest and materialize. But I would tell them that don't take youth for granted. Time goes by fast. A lot of things can happen. Listen to older people, even if they don't have it all together, because they've learned some things from having been here so long and made some mistakes that they don't have to make. So don't say, oh, they're 50 or 60 and they don't have this and they don't have that. I'm not going to listen to them. And that's literally what I tell young people. No, I don't have it all together. I'm not married. I don't have a family. I'm 52. But I didn't never thought when I was your age that I would be where I am. So don't take for granted that life will just go swimmingly and according to plan and everything's just going to fall into place. Life can throw you some curves. And how you deal with those curves is up to you. But they're going to come. They're going to come, especially if you're black. Especially if you're disadvantaged. You have certain challenges that you'll have to deal with. But I would tell them that listen, do take advice, seek it, get it. You talked about the importance of mentorship. I'd never really had that. It makes all of the difference in the world. I use the example of Beyonce. If let's say Beyonce didn't, let's say she heard, Beyonce's parents knew she was a star when she was 5 or 6, singing and dancing around her mother's hair salon. And they noticed that and they nurtured that. They got her in talent shows and beauty pageants, quit their job to make her a star and the group a star. But what if she didn't have that? What if she heard, girl, sit down, shut up, stop all that singing? And, what if she had literally no help, nobody helping her get into the talent shows or the beauty pageants. Nobody giving her money for the fee for the talent show and the beauty pageant. Nobody helping her with get a dress for the talent show or the beauty pageant, or make up a dance and sing. And what if she literally had no support from the world around her to do what we know she's one of the greatest to ever do right now? Well, that's my life. So successful people have often had their talents noticed and nurtured. I never did. So that's the difference that support and mentorship can make. We wouldn't have Beyonce. We wouldn't have Oprah. Oprah had an intervention. She was going to be, she was going to be put in an Audi home when she was like 13, but the beds were full, so she couldn't go there. And then she was sent to live with her father, who was a stabilizing force in her life. Again, they noticed her ability to speak and articulate. They got her into beauty pageants, speaking competitions. She was in the debate team and all that sort of speech team and stuff in school. Once again, her talents were noticed and nurtured. So if your talents are not noticed and nurtured, first of all, will you even know that they're not noticed and nurtured? And you might not, because I'm just finding this out later on. And so that's another thing I would tell young people. What kind of things, that's another thing, and I'll say this and I'll shut up. That's another thing I ask young people. If you could do anything in the world, what would you want to do? And, they'll give me an answer. Then I say, well, that's what you have to do, especially if it's not like athletics or dancing or anything like that, because if somebody's going to be a superstar at that, it would have been, again, probably noticed. Or like Beyonce was a star when she was 5 or 6. LeBron James, people knew about him when he was in 8th grade. So more likely than not, if anybody has, athletic or entertainment abilities to be a superstar anyway, like a lot of young people would say they want to be, it may have been noticed by the time they're 20. So that's when I'm talking to young people, say in their 20s, that's why I say, well, if you could do anything in the world, what would you do? And they give me an answer. And I say, well, that's what you have to do, because that's what God put on your heart to do. And you can do something in a small, small way. It could be small. If you want to have a restaurant, bake one pie and take it down to the homeless shelter and have pies every Friday for the homeless shelter or something. So, yeah, I could go on and on and on. Learned a few things. Life has thrown me some curves. To young people, don't be so sure that things will work out the way you think it will, because I never thought that I would be where I am at age 52. And so, yeah, those are just some of the things that I would tell young people. And I'll shut up now. I talked too long. I'm sorry.
Michelle, no, you got to let it out. This is great. Michelle Joyner, thanks for being on the podcast, and I'll put up some links and people may be able to get in contact with you. Thank you, Michelle Joyner.
Oh, thank you, Marcel, and we will definitely be in touch because we are still friends. We're not old, but we're still friends.